Well, this month, 10 on Your Side is taking part in the Movember movement to focus on men's health issues. Nearly 100,000 men die each year in the U.S. from excessive drinking.
Something that is totally preventable, though for addicts it might not seem that way. Our Stephanie Hudson is here with the story of one man who's overcoming his addiction and hopes to help others do the same. Steph?
Yes, you know, alcohol is really hard to escape. It is everywhere these days, in restaurants, holiday parties, even at some children's parties nowadays. Many times you'll find parents drinking. The man I spoke with is a parent, and his little boy is a big reason that he is alive and sober today.
On a crisp fall morning, Patrick Riggin chases his son Rowan around the park before preschool. It's something he never could have done 14 months ago.
Even 13 hours sober, it sounded like a death sentence, really.
Patrick started drinking in his teens.
I was always there on the weekends, like partying with my friends, but what they didn't see is I was still always downing at least a six-pack by myself in my dorm room.
He did it every night. Eventually, he couldn't get out of bed without it.
I would always make sure that I had something I could drink first thing in the morning.
Alcohol addiction affects men more often than women. This 2019 report showed 14 million people over the age of 12 had alcohol use disorder. 9 million of them were men.
Males are more likely than females to try a majority of different types of illicit substances. So they're at an increased risk due to, their willingness to try.
It also puts them at a higher risk for overdosing, says Riverside psychiatric mental health nurse Omari Peterkin.
Risk factors, I'd say, for a lot of these behaviors, the main one that, that's out there is family history.
Others include starting at an early age, depression or mental health problems, history of trauma, and poverty. Patrick's drinking led to a diagnosis of liver disease, but his addiction was stronger than the threat of death.
I pretty much lost everything. The ones who loved me most couldn't have me around anymore. I mean, I was a liability.
When he could no longer see his son, his eyes were finally opened. He checked into a psychiatric hospital and started on the road to recovery.
It's kind of silly, but I've really gotten into RC racing.
A new healthy hobby after weeks of rehab and months of support group meetings. It gave him the tools to tackle his cravings and navigate difficult social scenes. Now, instead of reaching for a drink each morning, he reaches for Rowan.
My son. Yep. Yeah, that's what I start with my day every day. So, yep, a hug and a kiss for my son.
Riverside offers both in-hospital and outpatient services for those battling addiction. Alcoholics Anonymous has dozens of support meetings every single day here in Hampton Roads, both in person and online. I put links to both on WAVY.com. Stephanie Hudson, 10 on Your Side.